Hi, this is Rich G. We're going to be starting soon. This is Rich G Live. We're going to be doing a lot of great things. We're going to be talking all about how to grow your career, your business, your job search exponentially. Great quote that I love by Jim Ryan is motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. So today we're going to be talking all about one simple and old idea that I think is going to be very powerful for you. It's not that hard to do, but once you do it, you find the value in it. I find, and I might use job search as a example, but wherever I say job search, put in business, your business, or put in your career, and you'll understand what I'm talking about very quickly. You're all on your own. If you have a corporate career, if you've got your own business, or if you're on your job search, you're on your own ultimately. You do have people helping you, but you're on your own. And sometimes we feel that we're not really good at what we're doing. We are stumbling sometimes. And it happens in all three arenas. You hit obstacles. Obstacles come along and just smack us. And so you run into people that are criticizing your business, a decision you made at corporate, or a job search, your resume, or something like that. They're criticizing us. So you start to doubt yourself. You feel like a failure, and you feel like I'm really not good at this, and you're down. And this happens. You get this up and down feeling that are happening all the time. Other people don't understand what you're going through. Friends and colleagues sometimes disappear. No one returns your calls. I think you know where I'm going here. It's hard to stay motivated, and you start to procrastinate. By the way, if you do have questions, feel free to type the questions in the chat box on the right. I'd be happy to answer them after my quick presentation. I have the solution. There's something that was invented by Napoleon Hill many years ago. It's called a Mastermind Group. It's kind of like an old term. I would almost call it, a career growth group, or a business growth group, or your job search group. Okay, forget about the term mastermind for a second. But what are you looking for to solve all those questions that I started talking about at the start? What am I really talking about here? You want to build a community. You want to build a community of people that are dedicated not only to your success, but to their success. You're all in it together. You want good communication to happen. You want to be told about blind spots that you might not see. Also, you all will have a willingness to succeed. And that's the biggest part. Most people that you ask for their advice, sometimes they don't want you to succeed. It's a little psychological thing. Talk to any therapist. People don't want to see you succeed. Family members, clients, that sort of thing. Because if you succeed extremely well, they might have to get off their butt and start succeeding too. So, second, having this group gives you advice. You get key advice at the time that you need it. You never feel totally alone anymore. So if you're looking for a job search, you've got a small group to go to tap into their knowledge base. The other members of your group become your family. Okay. Third, you've got collaboration. You get the ability to collaborate with other executives, other businesses, or other job searchers. You work together with a closer partner who shares a common interest, common behavior, or a common goal. So you've got all this, and you get to, another byproduct of it is you get to grow your network. When you develop these groups, you grow your network. You instantly expand the people that you have in your circle, but also, here's the best part, the people they're connected to. They can connect you to people. So if you're in corporate and you need to find a vendor or somebody to provide a service, somebody in your group probably could recommend somebody that they've worked with. If you're in a job search, you're working with other people who are looking for a job. They could recommend recruiters or companies that might be hiring. And if you run your own business, the sky's the limit. You're working with other businesses, and if you run a business, you know you have many people providing things. So building this group is key. Now, I was a member of a networking group for almost 11 years, and it was great. Formalized groups like Business Networking International or Chamber of Commerce or the Rotary or a lot of other groups are great. They're wonderful. They play a part. They're wonderful. Some of the negatives that I find is they do cost money. They cost a lot. Second, there's a major requirement. There's a lot of referral giving and getting and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. What I'm really focusing on is how you could leverage a small group, not a group of 20 or 30 people, maybe a group of 3, 4, 5 people. People that all depend on one another, that have a common interest, that can help you. Best part, it's free. Okay, you just get together on Zoom, on a networking thing. I actually have belonged to a coaching group. They call it Coaching Excellence Group for the past 6 or 7 years now, and it's been phenomenal. It's been great. We meet on a monthly basis, but during this quarantine, we've been meeting every other week. And it's great. We meet on Zoom. We all see each other. It's wonderful. We just met all together for a holiday lunch a few months ago. So I can't tell you how valuable this group is to my business. When I'm having a down week or month or a problem with a client or some issue, they're there with tons of answers, tons of advice. And they don't have that agenda that you usually get with family members, friends, colleagues, peers. You don't get that. It's wonderful. And so I thought, why don't you expand it out for your job search, expand it out for corporate and for business. But it's different, again, from a BNI, a Chamber of Commerce, a Gotham Group, whatever, because it's a very small, select group of people. You get to be closer. And everybody is their accountability partner for everybody else. So it's critical. The formal definition of a mastermind from Napoleon Hill is 3 to 5 peers, people in the trenches just like you, working on their career, their business, learning and growing. They're offering current resources, tactics and tools that work for them. Plus, they give you support. They usually meet on a schedule, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. When Napoleon Hill talked about a mastermind, he was talking more if you had a business, you would have a mastermind made up of your attorney, your accountant, your tax person, therapist, all different people from business that could come in on a quarterly basis and help you grow your business. Well, it's grown legs, and I know a lot of people have masterminds and they're great. This is a smaller inclusive group. My definition of a group like this is to build a structure which literally pulls your business, your career, your job search forward. This is a positive effect to anything that you're doing. It keeps you from getting sidelined. That's number 2. Keeping you from getting sidelined is so important. When we have a business or a career or a job search, there's so many things pulling at us. This allows us to have an accountability partner, which is so key. Third, it keeps you from getting distracted because you're building a support system. They're not only supporting you, you're supporting them. You're keeping your eye out for them. And then finally, you have a comfort zone of success you're accustomed to. And as you break through each ceiling, okay, you need partners to pull you up. And so they're pulling you up. They're getting better. So as you get better, you're going to pull them up too. You all get better. You all help them move up, and you work on each other. So, and the best part is, I'm going to keep saying this the whole talk, and it's free. And it's free. You don't have to spend a lot of money doing this. Okay. Why would you want to do this? Rich, I've got so much to do. I'm working 60 to 80 hours a week at work. My job search is all over the place. My business, I'm working 500 hours a week. Why would I want to do this? Number one, you're going to learn more. You're going to learn more about yourself, your industry, your business, or your job search. Not only do you bring your knowledge and skills to the group, the people in your group are also going to provide solutions to your problems and obstacles. So it's a 1 + 1 + 1 = 20. Okay. Second, and this is one of my favorites, is you're going to think big. Working with people in your industry or in your area make you think bigger. Your group is going to make you stretch beyond your boundaries. They're going to push you. And a lot, if you're in a business, you know what I'm talking about. You need to be pushed constantly. And sometimes you have a boss in corporate where they don't push you. You're just doing the same old stuff every day. You want somebody to push you. You also help one another. You find opportunities with common goals, common interests, and knowledge to help one another. And then finally, it's an incredible feeling. It is. I look forward every other Friday. Tomorrow, I'm meeting up with my coaching group. It's an incredible feeling. Each meeting boosts your morale and your energy. I usually take 3 to 5 pages of notes and ideas, and then I go over them and I go, oh, geez, I could do this. Oh, my God. You get this injection of adrenaline, of excitement about your business, about your career, about your job search that you won't get anywhere else. You have to be positive about it. And the best part is it's a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun. Every time I get on, we use Zoom, I always have a different background. They always go, how many different rooms do you have in your house, Rich? And I have all different. I do the Brady Bunch. We have a lot of fun during it too. It decompresses you. So it's something I look forward to. So there are some structures that you could do when you build this group, some different ways. I'll give you some ideas. Number one, there's the basic, what they call the round table. You divide the meeting time by the number of attendees. So if you have 5 attendees, or let's say you have 6, making the math easy, 6 attendees, then you have 10 minutes per attendee. It's that easy. Each member delivers their progress, asks the group for input, and what they will accomplish by the next meeting. Pretty simple, okay? The second one is key, and you don't want to do this every time, but it's actually fun to do it if you're meeting on a weekly basis, once a month, is what they call the hot seat, where you focus in on a single topic or issue or person. Review what happened last meeting, then you put a member in the hot seat for the entire meeting, and you focus in like a laser on an obstacle or weakness that person has. And then the group helps them solve it, give them ideas. It's phenomenal. I mean, the person comes out with so many ideas, and it's great to have somebody that takes notes, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. The third one is they call like speed dating. Each member has 5 to 7 minutes, and the member presents their issue, gives advice, and then there's a wrap up. And so you go around really fast, like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. New topic, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So, if you have like 4 to 5 people in a group, you could do 3 rounds in an hour and a half. So it works out pretty nice. So that's speed dating. And then finally, educate. Educate is the last kind of structure where the mastermind focuses on an area all the members contribute their knowledge to. Like, let's say the topic this month is LinkedIn. Everybody's going to come in with how they use it, what they use, resources they use, and you talk all about a topic during that. So there's a lot of flexibility. Again, when you go to these organized formal meetings, they have their own structure. And by the way, they're phenomenal. I was a member for 11 years. They're great. But this is different. This is almost like intensive training for you. So it's actually a great model. Some group topics that you could go to is networking, how to learn the basics, learn the events around town, people to meet and stuff like that. Or if you're a job search, compare resumes. They have a topic on comparing resumes and seeing what you like, what don't you like, what doesn't sound right, I don't understand, this doesn't mean anything to me. Interview skills. Also, with businesses, negotiation skills, how to negotiate an invoice, how to negotiate a proposal, and stuff like that. Dealing with obstacles, again, huge. We hit obstacles in all three areas. It's so important that you do that. How to build your brand. That's so important. How to build your brand, not only your business brand, but your corporate brand within your organization, but also your job search brand. You have a brand and you need to get a lot of people to find you. So it's important to build your brand in all three of these things. And also dealing with tough questions, interview questions, boss questions, business questions. So there's a lot of things that help you. How do you start one? Okay, this is the biggest question that I always get from clients when I tell them about this. Well, first of all, figure out, why are you meeting? What's the purpose? You need to ground it on some meaning. Are you all vice presidents in a certain department? Do you span different companies? It's better if you're in different companies because that don't compete, so you can trust one another. One of the big things that I haven't mentioned is confidentiality is paramount. It is so important when you have a group like this that everything's said in the group. It's kind of like Fight Club. Whatever's said here stays here. It needs to do that, because if you don't do that, you're going to have real problems. People aren't going to trust each other. So figure out why you're meeting. Then, who are you going to invite? This is key, because I started a mastermind a number of years ago and it didn't work out. We had one person that just didn't give 100% into it, never opened up. You know the whole term open kimono. You kind of open up and tell about your business. What are the bad things? This person always like, everything's wonderful, everything's great, and we could tell it was not authentic. And it got kind of pedantic after a while, and the group kind of just dissolved. When will you meet? That's key. You need to find a time that is convenient, because you don't want people canceling. That's the thing that drives me up the wall with my group sometimes, when we have it scheduled months in advance and they know it, and then suddenly the last day, oh, I got something. I usually ask, I understand stuff happens, but I don't think I've ever missed a meeting, because I make sure, and I'm juggling 25 clients constantly at workshops and stuff. I'm not perfect, but you just have to do it. How long is each meeting? Is it usually, I would say, an hour is good. If you're meeting on a monthly basis, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. So it gives everybody the time to talk and to get deeper into it. Because if you have 4 people in a group, 2 hours, that's a half an hour per person. And you know people are going to be late. Some people are going to leave early. So figure out the timing. And then what are the roles of each member? Now, when I say this, suddenly everybody goes, oh, wait a second, we're going to have roles here? These roles can rotate from person to person, but it's important that you have these roles, because then you're assured the group is going to work effectively. Your job search group, your career group, and your business group. You need a leader. And again, this can rotate. So this week or this month, we're going to have Steve as the leader. They're going to run the meeting based upon an agreed upon structure. So they're the ones that are keeping an eye on the agenda and who talks next. They're just directing it, so it's not this cacophony of people. Second, you need a timekeeper. Somebody that's just keeping an eye on their watch and just making sure that each person has the adequate amount of time, and that you give people 5 minutes left, 3-minute warning, that type of thing. So they're keeping time so people wrap it up, because people like me and other people, we tend to blather on forever. You need a note taker. And by the way, I'm not saying you got to take notes through everything. You need a note taker usually at the end of the group mastermind or this meeting. You need to track the to-do items, because those to-do items are what the leader will talk about the next meeting. Steve, you said you were going to get a video up on YouTube. Did you get it done? And when you're held to those to-dos, suddenly life gets that much more important. Your business gets that much important. Your job search gets that much more important. And then finally, picking a good location. I was in a mastermind, 10, 12 years ago, it was funny, with 4 other women. And it was great. We had a ball. It was one of the best masterminds. The location we picked was in a juicing store where they made juices. Well, it was great. I mean, you ate healthy, you had nice juice and stuff, but it was so loud because the juicer was like, and we decided after about a few months to meet somewhere else. So we went to a bakery, which was the exact opposite food-wise to eat. So location is key. Coffee shop, diner, whatever. Pick a place, or like what I'm doing with the Coaching Mastermind, because we have people all over the U.S., we meet on Zoom. That's all. I make a nice hot cup of tea and I'm ready to rock. So location is key. So leader, timekeeper, note taker, and location. That's important. Okay. What is a commitment when it comes to this? Because a lot of people go, do I have to make a commitment? Absolutely. Think about how much you charge an hour for your time, or how much you get when you work in corporate. It's a lot of money. So you need to get a commitment out of everyone. Some of the things that you need to commit your time. You need to arrive on time, you need to respect the agenda, and you need to RSVP and attend all meetings. So time is a major commitment here. It shows that I care. Second, you need to bring positivity to the group. You need to be a positive voice, because that's what job search, career, and business people are looking for. They're not looking for Johnny Raincloud. They're looking for a positive person. Feedback is going to be constructive. I'm not saying everything is just all rainbows. You're going to get critical feedback, but I want people to be positive. And then avoid negativity and encourage ideas. And the biggest one is don't brag. In that failed mastermind, people would brag all the time. And I'd be sitting there going like, okay, this is great. Your life's wonderful. Mine's not. We all have our problems. You need to talk about your problems. But you do want to celebrate successes. That there's bragging and there's successes. Those are 2 totally different things. You need to deliver support to the group. Okay, I want you. That's one of the biggest things that you need to do is bring support every time you meet. Be helpful in any way you can, not only during the meeting, but in between meetings. Sometimes I need to call one of the people in my group just to talk to them. Hey, can I run something by you? Hey, I'm redesigning my logo. What do you guys think? It's important that you bring support to the group, not only during the meeting, but in between meetings. Look for opportunities to help the group, to let them know about a great vendor or a product or a computer program or technology that they all could use. Give more than you receive. It's not all about you. So you need to give, because if everybody in your group takes on that one line, if you give more than you receive, it's going to be a phenomenal group that people would probably pay thousands of dollars to join, and it costs nothing. See, I told you I'm going to say it a lot. You need to be courageous. That's a big one. Keep the conversations confidential. You need to have courage to do that. Also, ask permission before using other ideas. I do it all the time. I go, oh my God, that's a great idea. Do you mind if I use that? And once everybody trusts one another, they're not coming from an area of scarcity. They're coming from an area of abundance. They're like, go ahead, use that. That's fine. Speak openly about your successes and challenges. That's the biggest thing. You need to be courageous. You need to come prepared to be able to talk about the problem that you're having, or the obstacle, or the success that you're having. And then finally, Number 5, you need to be dedicated. Dedication is key to anything that you do in your career, in your job search, or in your business. If you're not dedicated, you're just futzing around. That's all you're doing. So I will do the work that you commit to do. Okay, I'm going to do the work. I'm going to hold others accountable for their work, and I'm going to dedicate myself to these commitments. You need to be dedicated. If you're not dedicated to this, again, you're just futzing around. A book I recommend for this, it's an incredible book. It's the Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich book. You've probably heard of it. It's got a cheesy title. It was published in 1937. That's how old this book is. It's a phenomenal book, but Napoleon Hill does talk about how to develop a mastermind group like this in it. But it also has a lot of other great information in it too. So if you're going to do a group, I would definitely do a group. That would be the best thing to do. So that's it about groups. I think we're all set to go. If you want to catch me next week, I'll be talking about another topic. But thanks for coming. I'm just going to give you a charge. If you don't belong to a mastermind or career group, job search group, or business group, I want you to start one. And guess what? It's real easy. Just get a free Zoom subscription and invite your friends and say, let's meet on a monthly basis and start talking about it. And use these tools that I've given you to help you start your group. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Please hit subscribe at the bottom because I do these videos every week. And I do want you to check out richgee.com, RICHGEE.com. It's my website, and it's got over 750 articles. It's got over 135 podcasts, and I also connect to all of these videos. And I also have a lot of great book recommendations too. So go check it out at richgee, RICHGEE.com. And I think that's it. Again, hit the subscribe button below. I want to build those subscribers. I've just started. I think I'm up to like 37, 38. I want to start getting into the 3 digits. So we'll keep pushing for that. Thank you so much, and stay in touch.